Hello everyone, I'm Kael Huerta from Mexico City. I'm currently a data scientist at TopTal, a network with the top 3% of designers, developers, and financial talent. But I'm going to talk about a project that I developed for a Mexican telco before I joined TopTal. So here is today's plan. I'm going to talk about the problem that I solved, the main data sources that I had, the models that are kind of the building blocks for the final data product, and I'm going to explain how I managed to profile all people in Mexico without, very importantly, without invading anyone's privacy. That's important. Well, I don't know for you guys, but back in Mexico, we try to regulate how the SIM cards are sold, but we do not do a great job at that. Actually, here in South Africa, when I bought a SIM card, the guy just took an old photocopy of a random guy from his passport, and he activated my SIM card with that. I think you have the same problem. Well, just out of curiosity, how many of you come from a country that they really do a great job at regulating this? Please raise your hands if you. Okay, I figured. Well, the main problem behind this is that the telco companies, they don't have a clue who their customers are, actually. So my main focus was on dealing with this problem. I want to walk you through the main highlights of how I managed to solve this. The data sets that I had available were from 3 different sources: a SQL database, a Hadoop cluster, and some flat files. On the SQL database, we mainly have KPIs, how many megabytes the clients use, how many calls, the usual stuff. But we had a pretty amazing database that it was whether the client opted in or not for advertisement. And from here we got gender and day of birth for around 5% only that actually accepted to receive ads. But that was enough to start a model. From the Hadoop cluster, we had all the calling records, who calls who, and all the URLs that the people visited on their phones. And all this, we had it with georeference, latitude and longitude, not at a pinpoint precision, but at we had the position of the radio tower that provided the services. And well, we use also some open data sources like the Mexican Census Bureau, OpenStreetMaps. You should check this out if you are working with maps. This is a really amazing data source. And the Demos project. This is kind of 1 million people working on tagging all the internet by topics: news, health, sports, and well, it is really nice. And let me talk about now the models. As I told you, we wanted to know who our customers are. Just a disclaimer, I didn't work in the first 2, but since I use the results, I'm going to share with you the main highlights. Well, as you can see, we wanted to know what each user use on their web, and we wanted to profile them based on their income, and also we wanted to know their gender and their age. I used to work for the marketing division, so our main focus was to make target advertising. Let's start with the interest profiling. And as these Lego figures show, everybody has different interests, different tastes, and we needed a way to group this. We couldn't just go out and start scrapping the whole internet trying to group the pages. So we use the open catalog that I mentioned, the demos, to do this. And with this, we were able to craft very crazy and very ad hoc target campaigns. Like, I don't know, once our advertising team, they asked us, can you identify bus drivers? We need to sell tires. We had a campaign of selling tires and we need to find bus drivers. Well, we actually managed to. Another time, another request was, can you identify hipster people? Really. Well, we went out, asked all the hipsters friends that we have which pages, which blogs they follow, and we really managed to have a working solution. So the first tip of today is sometimes you don't need rocket science, you don't need anything really complicated. You can start by researching what has already been done. Okay, for the scoring segmentation, we did a fuzzy means algorithm from the package E1071. Lovely name. I wasn't really sure about this one because I didn't want an unsupervised model. I wanted a supervised one to have the raw curves, to have really metrics to assess the quality of the model. But actually, it shows when we started profiling people and identifying the top spenders and trying to upgrade their plan, it worked wonders, really. So the next tip for you is sometimes a good enough model is enough. You don't have to really spend hours and days trying to get that 2% accuracy. Maybe it's something that is good enough will do the trick and you can move on to some more interesting problems. I don't know. Well, gender prediction, I think this is self-explanatory. We solve this problem using all the categories that we already have from the interest profiling model, but we have around, I don't remember the exact number, but thousands and thousands of features. So we use a logistic lasso regression to kind of find the most interesting, the most important ones that will help us to identify which clients are boys, which are girls. And well, from among the many coefficients that we had, we found out that if you were interested in anime, in role-playing games, or cloud computer, you were most likely be a boy. And if you were into meditation, theater, and some diseases particular to women, you were labeled as a girl. Yeah. It wasn't a great model, to be honest, but it did the job. And the amazing thing about working on marketing is that even if I imagine I get mislabeled and I get tagged as a girl, eventually I will receive advertising according to my interest. So yeah, it doesn't hurt, right? And well, the main problem I run here is when you try to predict the gender for around 20 million people, and I don't know, using all the pages that they have served on their cell phone, you run into memory problems. I can assure you that. So if you are not using already the data table, please check it out. And if you are already using it, remember to set the index. And this is something that I usually forget to, but it really improves the performance of all the data wrangling. And to the next model. For predicting the behavioral age, we use basically the same approach than the last model, but we also did an analysis of how people use their cell phone. We did it with factor analysis from the Factor Miner package, and well, we found out that the younger audiences, the kids, they use more their cell phones after school. teens and students, they use it like that, but also have a heavy usage on Friday nights, Saturday nights, yeah. And well, the most mature people, they characterize by they didn't make that much phone calls, they usually receive them. These aren't these aren't any mind-blowing results, but my next tip is if you have mind-blowing results, obviously showcase them. But if you can find any, just try to showcase all the results that your model agrees with the common sense or with everybody's expectations. This will help you gain a lot of confidence, not only in your model, but also in other areas of the company that you're working on. Let's see. Now I told you briefly how we knew what the interests were of our customers. We labeled them as top spenders or not, and we got an estimation of gender and age. But I promised you a street-by-street profile, right? So let me dive into that. These are the main steps that were used. First, we fetch the map from the OpenStreetMaps. I don't know if you notice. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom into the first one. I said it was for Mexico City, but if you see right there is the Cape Town Stadium, and over here that is our current location. The OpenStreetMaps is really a great source of information. You can get streets. Well, you just go and check it out. And after fetching this map, we translated it into a graph. So here in the circle you see, each point denotes a street corner. And two street corners will have an edge between them if there's a street that goes from one to another. And as I told you, we didn't have the pinpoint location, but we had the radio tower location. So we just modeled the starting and ending point of all people as a Gaussian distribution around the station, and we did a hell a lot of simulations. we just simulated the possible routes that everybody could use from the moment A in the morning when someone received a call to B when he updated his Facebook status on his commute. And we estimated the stationary distribution of the graph at different times of days and different times and different days of the week. So we could, with this project, also another piece of information that we used, we got all the population block by block from the Mexican Census Bureau. So we projected, actually we managed to project our results to the whole population. And as I told you, without invading anyone's privacy. And well, some packages that help in the way that I should mention is the OSMAR package, that is OpenStreetMaps and R. With this you can fetch data from the OpenStreet database, obviously, from all over the world. Another one that I want to mention is the SP package. This is for using R as a GIS. I think someone else is going to talk more about this. I don't know if you use this package or not, but it is really an awesome package. And also the leaflet package. When I implemented this at the Telco company, I implemented it with Tableau. But now I'm translating my results to a Shiny report with leaflet. You should also check that one. And well, some applications of this. As I told you, I was in the marketing division. So the main focus at first was, should I put a billboard on this street, or it would be better for my audience to have it on the next one? I want to open a restaurant. Where should I put it? Next to the mall, or I don't know. It depends on your audience, right? And well, these are for marketing, but we can go ahead of it, and we could also, I don't know, improve the public transport. We could also plan better cities because we know which way the main masses move daily, and even we could, I don't know, have better strategies when a natural disaster strikes. And well, that's all for me. Thank you. If you want to reach out, here's my Gmail, my Twitter handle. I do not tweet much, but I do answer all questions.